Hey folks, I don't know about you, but lately the weather has really been giving spring. So this practice is inspired by spring and the things that I think about when I think about that word and what we would want to kind of warm up and get ready for nice long walks and maybe some hikes. Things that will be really good for our ankles, knees, and hips as we get moving a little bit more after this winter season. So join me, you won't need anything for this, and let's take a little spring. We'll get started with our feet all the way zipped together to touch, especially the heels. Every time I say this and I teach in person, I'll do this and then people will have their heels separated. Actually, look at your feet or maybe sense in your body that your heels are touching. And then hands can be on your hips or by your sides. Lift your heels up, try to squeeze them together at the top and stand on the balls of your feet. And we'll do that 10 more times. So drop the heels, stand up 10, and try and squeeze the heels together. They're gonna wanna come apart. Another 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Drop the heels down. You can separate the feet a comfortable distance apart. And we'll bend the knees forward in front of the ankles. So you feel a little bit of stretch maybe in the backs of the calves, and you might feel some like compression or a sensation of kind of tightness in the front of the ankle. But I want the knees to come forward while the spine stays relatively neutral, and then stand up. And you'll keep trying that, bending the knees and standing. Really good. So bend the knees, keep the spine pretty straight here, and then start to pour the weight into the fronts of the feet and feel that you could lift your heels. Maybe like a sheet of paper could fit underneath the heels, and then drop the heels, stand back up. We'll try that again. Bend the knees forward, hover the heels ever so slightly off of the floor, and then go ahead and drop the heels and stand. So you can stay with that variation or we'll add to it if that feels like a place that's accessible to you. Start to bend the knees, lift the heels a little more. You might use your arms out in front of you as a little counterbalance as you start to really lift the heels up and stand onto the balls of the feet. Maybe sitting your hips a bit lower to challenge it. Drop the heels, drop the arms, come back to stand. We're gonna do it 5 more times at your variation. So find that place that's challenging for you. Some of you might be dipping your hips even lower as your heels lift even higher. And then you stand in between each. 4 more. Good, finding that tall moment of balance at the top. If you fall over, don't worry, it's all part of kind of playing the game of seeing how far you can push yourself. 2 more like that. Your variation. 1 more. Really good. Nice and strong. Come out of that. You can zip your feet together to touch again. Hands onto the tops of the thighs. Circle your knees around your ankles. And then take it the other way. Very good. Come to stand up nice and tall. Pour the weight into the left foot. Reach your right toes out in front of you. Point and flex the foot. So you'll be letting your foot lift away from the floor. If you need to hold on to a wall or a chair, please do. Circle your ankle around. And take the ankle the other way. Good. Switch feet. Point and flex with the left foot. Spin the ankle around. And other direction. Really nice. We're gonna take a nice big calf stretch. So you'll just step your right foot back behind you, feet on railroad tracks, nice generous bend into the front leg. If you're not feeling much, then make your stance longer and bend your front knee more and really drive the back heel into the ground. I like to have one hand on the front thigh, one hand on the hip, just to really focus on the back leg. Keep driving your back heel into the floor and think that you bend the front knee forward. So we're always trying to find this polarity whenever we're in kind of this shape-like movement practice where we're doing shapes. So the back heel drives forward and down. The front knee, pardon me, back and down. The front knee goes forward, and then the chest is that slight up sensation. So the heel is doing a lot, and then you try and modify and modulate with the front knee and the chest to create as much sensation through the back leg as you can. Maybe relief is the better term. As much relief as you can create. Good. Let's switch the legs out. Same idea on the other side. Get yourself stable here. If you look at your back foot, you want the foot pointed, I don't know, like about 45 degrees forward, not quite exactly forward out in front of you. So it's okay if it's pointed out to the side a bit. And then you start to play with, could I straighten the back leg more? Can I bend the front knee a little bit more? You might be asking your legs to work a little bit harder. Maybe I can think that my chest lifts, the crown of my head lifts, and I think about maybe the backs of my ears lifting and growing even taller here. A few more breaths in it, playing with all of those directions in your body. Really good. You can bring your feet back towards each other. And we'll take one more item here. Let's keep the right leg forward and step the left leg back a small amount, right? Last time we took a big step, I would take like a 2-3 foot distance step. Feet still on railroad tracks. Take a soft bend in the back knee and send your hips backwards. And we're just gonna floss the hips from side to side. So you'll really ground the foot, the front foot, and floss your hips from side to side. If the balance feels hard, again, you can hold on to a chair, a couch, a table, your own legs. Pause somewhere here, hands on your thighs, press your thighs down, lean a little bit more forward. Lift your chest and switch your legs out. Little bend in the back knee, straightening the front leg, and you're trying to square your hips forward. So that bend helps you pull the left hip back. Try and sit the hips backwards as if you're going to sit back into a chair or onto a low couch. Chest comes forward, and then you wag your butt from side to side. Really push the front foot into the floor. So if the toes are moving around, try and ground the ball of the foot. Pause in the center, hands either on your support or hands on your own legs. Push the thighs back either with your hands or with your mind and drop your chest. Really nice. Go ahead and stand on up. You can hold on to a wall for this and just choose your favorite leg, swing it forward and back. Really nice. Choose your second favorite leg, swing it forward and back. And then we'll go to your second favorite leg, turn to face the wall. You're still going to use that same leg. It's going to go across your body and out to the side. So leg swings, but now we're just in a different plane of movement, side to side. Good. Switch to the other leg. Very, very nice. You can let the legs come back down to the ground. Take your hands under your hips, feet nice and wide, big circles in the hips all the way around. And then spin your hips the other way. Good. Awesome. You can pause in the center. Great work. I hope your legs feel nice and ready to spring into action and maybe chase after your kids, your nieces, your nephews, for me, my nieces, and enjoy the walking and beautiful weather and maybe just the idea of being outside. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and I will see you very soon.